That's when we were talking about that mod about your Tesla that drive itself.
Yeah. But if I want to pay $8,000 for it, not gonna happen.
That was almost as good as your car that drove itself with that whole team talk where you're on your phone.
No, I don't know.
Yeah,
It
your
wasn't me.
wife was recording you. That's what.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, it's true.
Guess I didn't know.
And even the Yamcha's dead shirt. This guy is prepared. I love it.
Man, it's been years that I want to make that shirt where it's like the original Suicide Squad, but you have Tenchinan, Chaozu, Krillin, and Yamcha. That's
Hey,
the one
you're
I
not
wanted to
wrong.
make. That's the one I want.
That's awesome.
Hey,
No.
So,
that's today.
let's
Hey,
get this-
yeah, let's get it started. Before we get it started, I just want to say how crazy it was that we had 33 people at the upper hand for the first week. So that's a great kickoff. Like, that's for a week for a free local tournament that runs 12 weeks. I thought that was amazing.
Man,
But-
I can't understand how it worked, man. I made so many accounts.
Hey, you're doing God's work, getting those tournament packs.
Oh yeah, give me those Black Mirror.
Poe, feel free to step in and talk at any point in time. This is more of a conversation. We are going to come and talk to you. You are going to be the center of attention about your big Nats win. But feel free to chime in at any point in time and talk about anything you want.
Why don't we do like? Sorry to interrupt already. I know you just told him.
Yeah, you can talk whenever you want. Well, first I'm gonna talk.
But dig this, like everyone. No, like Lucas, do you want to do an intro first before?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it.
But just so we don't get stuck, like last time, I think we did the intro. Last time I did a team talk at the end.
Oh yeah, that was
like
with
the
Chris.
conversation was just flowing.
Oh yeah, there was a couple of nude leaders going on. Couple of
that was the best. The Chris Pratt face that comes up, like I was like howling.
Oh good. That's what I'm just like. I was just thinking of the Chris Pratt. He's playing Mario. He's cool.
Everywhere.
But without further ado, team talk number 21, because I can remember. Hopefully that's the right number. We got another special guest here. We got Poe here, the Asian champion for the Nats. That's absolutely fucking amazing. Everyone give him a warm welcome for joining us.
Welcome.
So absolutely crushed his competition, and you may know him also from participating in our Fight Night events, where he also usually brings some spicy decks and usually is also kicking face there. So an absolutely outstanding player. If you want to say anything, Poe, spotlight's yours.
Thanks for inviting me. I didn't really roll through the nets as easily, but I mean, I'm thankful that my nets is like 1 week after the US nets. I just took Andrews Donville's deck and got through the event first. So thanks to all the Americans out there.
and Canadians.
And Canadians, yeah.
And Canadians, yes, of course.
So what deck did you play? You said you copied Andrew?
Yeah, I took the Icarus deck like 1-for-1, except the SCI. I changed it to Kai because I don't have Pan. So, but it was a perfect match because Kai was way more useful against like other decks because I have trouble clearing unisons, which like Kai does it perfectly for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What was your hardest matchup?
This was King Piccolos. There were like 2 King Piccolos in the Asian finals. Then they were like so aggro, and one of them had like main board Kotsukai and all the tech cards against me. So it was troublesome. I lost to him in Swiss, but I didn't meet him in the top card, so it was lucky. So I managed to dodge the guy who tagged the most versus Icarus.
No, so obviously that Supreme Kai came in really good against those matchups where they have such a wide board. They have a unison with 10 markers on it. Like,
yeah, you just murder the Piccolo unison, then, and if you don't have a second one, you just win.
No, yeah, that's absolutely crazy. That's amazing that you took it home. The win. I saw you were playing with a gold card. If you want to show that on stream to the lovely people, get your flex on right now. Just flex. Everyone knows who's the champ.
Oh man,
that's insanity.
Yeah, it's literally so shiny that it's just the Ark of the Covenant there. We are all gonna die after this. That's how beautiful it is.
Face melting.
Yeah.
That is awesome, Paul. Congratulations. And this is not the first time you won the Asian Nats. Is that correct?
Yep. I won in 2018 and 2019 as well. Like the Asian Nets back then.
Nice.
Because of COVID, there wasn't one for 2020, so couldn't really call it a three-peat. I'm not sure.
If there
I
was
call
no
it a three-peat.
if there was no tournament there, that's a three-peat to me. You held the
Yep.
title for 4 years if we're counting that, but 3 years straight, that's absolutely insane. I don't think anybody in any other region can attest to that kind of a win streak.
But our region is just generally much smaller than every other region. Like for this Nets, we only had 40 players. Like can't really compare the size and the competitiveness versus other regions.
What were your leaders for the other 2 victories?
I beat in Swiss. I got a round 1 bye because for the regionals, I got top 8 for regionals. All the top 8, all the top 4 players for regionals get a bye. So I was one of them. Then for second round, I played an Android 16. So, but the guy was, I think, using Jared Lopez list, but he's probably inexperienced with it, so he made several mistakes. So I got the game easy. Then round 3, I played the Brawley Birrar, the second place on the Nets. He was playing this Brawley Birrar leader, where he played a hand control variant of it. So it's just very tough for me to win. So I lost game 1, but because the hand control was really strong. But game 2 and game 3, I sideboard in because Andrew Dumble has 10 sideboard for hand control cards. 10 card sideboard. So with that, it was pretty easy because he had like 3 Dabuas, 3 Gohan, and 4 Saiyan Instinct in the deck. So hand control is not gonna do anything to you. So I beat him easily in game 2, game 3. Then for round 4, what did I play? Round 4, I played against the King Piccolo, yes. And I got murdered. The King Piccolo was like very aggressive game 1. He found all his unisons, even though I killed like 2 of it. Then like my slug did nothing. Then he won in game 1. I think I managed to claw back game 2, but with him going first, game 3 was like too hard for me. Then I played another Injured 16 that we got into a draw because it took a very long time to play because both of us are not very experienced with that. Yeah. Then we made it to top cut. My first round in top cut was an Icarus Mirror, which I thought I was definitely a little bit better, more skilled there because I just played it more passively, defensively. Like as long as we postal, I'll just open one and we'll just grind it out. Then whoever gets their slug out wins, which I did in both the games that I won. Then he didn't get his slug.
So it was just slug. That's what everyone was talking about. How good that card was.
It's just a slug in the mirror. Yeah. Who can get rid of their slug? Who can get their slug out? That's just the whole point of the mirror. In top 4, I played another King Piccolo, which I killed 2 innocents game 1, but he drew his third one. So like he always drew his. He always have extra piano and King Piccolo, so I couldn't outgrind him. In game 2, I just went slow and outgrind him by clearing his unison and getting my SCR out and stuff. Just keep grinding until I reached turn 6 and I just full shotted him to death. Like in game 3, I got my slug out. I killed his unison. He didn't see his answer for the slug, so he was like drawing 1 card a turn. Then he slowly passed away. In the last round, I fought the green Broly again, but this time in the game 1 he didn't have a very good start. While I drew like almost my perfect hand, so I just killed him game 1 and game 2 with the sideboards. He didn't see his BMS. Then I also killed him very easily in the game 2. So that's how I won my finals.
So
Congratulations, that's awesome.
Finals.
Yes, sorry.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
Yep. It's just lucky that Andrew Dunville has a really a good list against, like, it's just a very technical deck that you just need to play it well. You don't really care about your opponent's deck. You just draw more cards than your opponent. That's just the whole basis and theory behind the deck. So it was a very cool deck to learn from the master. And
that's awesome.
Some spoilers. I will be playing him on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
For the Wolves.
There you go.
Your match.
No, you may not know what I'll be bringing for the nets. For the Worlds, I mean. I won't be bringing the same deck because
Hey, if it works, it works.
I don't like to take someone else deck and play in the Worlds. At least I want a deck that represents Asia. I mean, the chances of me winning are so low that I have come to a consensus with my friends that we just bring something cool to the Worlds, and if I win, I win. If I don't, at least I'm showing off some spice that Asia does. You know.
Yeah, so but why are you ruling yourself out immediately? I think you're a solid player. You've got good knowledge. Even though you're saying you copied a deck, why are you ruling yourself out now?
I mean, maybe some Asian pride inside. We don't want to win with others. I mean, beating my own guys with others people's deck is fine, but I don't want to go to the Worlds and represent Asia and just bring someone else's deck.
So what you're saying is Shenron Kato Pesla.
No, not that. Maybe. I have many Kato Pesla decks.
Oh, we know those spicy Kato Pesla decks.
What are you hoping for set 15 coming up, or
16?
like after 6? I said 15, right?
16's the next one.
16 next one. Like if after the events of wars and everything, do you have already a mindset of what you're gonna go after that, or?
No idea. But I hope that the next set will have good green cards, because my favorite color is always green. But this set, the green cards was so bad that.
Yeah.
I just hoping that next set has some actually decent green cards to let me play around with.
Okay. Cool.
All right, can I ask it? I know I've been asking all the questions.
Please shoot.
For you, because you won 2 other Nats you had mentioned, correct?
Yep.
What leaders did you play for those wins?
Okay, in 2018 back then it was right after the SS4 ban, so SS3 ban. It was right after SS3 ban, so it was a very open meta because everybody was preparing for SS3 or prepared to play with SS3. It was exactly 1 week before the tournament that the ban list came out, so everyone was playing Hero Storm, Chunk Storm. So I just took my pet deck, which I always love to play, even the meta was crazy. I bring my Android 17, 18. It was the cell chain deck, so I just went in tournament with that. And for some weird reason, I dodged all the Storm players. I met one in Swiss, which I promptly lost, but when I reached the top card, I dodged the half of them was the Storm, but I dodged all of them. The Storm just died to all the other players. So I dodged my worst matchup, then I managed to just beat the rest because they were all playing control decks that counter Storm, but they are so weak to hand control. Yep, so I won with my Android 17, 18 cell chain back then. Then in 2019, I did the same thing as this year. I took Brian Samuel's deck. I took Brian Samuel's the yellow Broly, the blue yellow Broly, his yellow button and stuff, but back then I was more free. I had some time, so I had some modifications to it. But it was the whole skeleton was generating his deck. I just add some special things of my own, like Gogeta 7. I don't think he played it in the sideboard and stuff. Yeah. Then I won that year with it, fighting against Shenrons and Mirrors. Yeah, it was just Shenrons. That was 2019. But as a reward of winning 2018, I went to the US Nationals. The price of 2018 back then there wasn't any metal card. Sorry, that was like that. But back in 2018, I went to US for the US Nets. Then I brought Android 17 there again. I got murdered really hard because everyone was playing Shenron and Storm. I was prepared for Storm, but I met all the Shenron players, so then the Shenron just doesn't attack me. Then I just don't get to a self-awaken because of Crisis Crusher and stuff.
So you're saying in 2018 when you won the Asian Nats, the prize was to go to the American Nats.
Yes. Like that was it for 2018. Yep. Then I think I finished like 60 something in that year US Nets.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I was quite okay because I went after the day one was the main event. Then there was a gunslinger side event on day two with 100 plus people in the 9 round best of one Swiss. I won that one and I got the Cell Metal card for winning that one. So the whole trip was at least fruitful to the extent.
So do you have all your metal cards for each of the Nats?
Give me a second. I have the cell with me. Give me a second. Let me find it.
Oh man, that's so cool. Eh?
That's fucking ridiculous. Absolute killer.
Man.
Imagine winning the Stanley Cup 3 times in a row.
I know. But by yourself, not with a team.
Ooh.
Yep, this was the cell that I brought back from the US Nets back in 2018. I couldn't bear to sell it because I brought it back all the way from US.
Oh,
Oh.
sentimental.
Hold her up.
Okay, yeah, so set to resell, beautiful.
Oh wow.
Yep.
That is nuts.
So are
That's
you planning to sell it, and if so, how much?
No, I'm not planning to
He's
sell it. This
sentimental.
will be with me forever.
Yeah,
Like,
sentimental
it's
value.
saw
Jay, come
the
on.
first cut I won, so like I won in US soil, so I'm not planning to sell it at all.
Oh,
How many
okay.
Teslas does Jaudat have to sell to get that card from you? 2?
No,
One
I'm
and a
not
half?
selling that.
See?
You get everything else.
He'll buy you a house. He's almost there.
Well, the jokes.
Karl, can I buy your house?
Yeah.
But it's, our house in Singapore is not cheap compared to USA. Compared to the US.
Oh, trust me, Canada here, it's insane for house prices.
It's insane. It's more expensive to buy a house in Canada than it is in the US, depending on where you are in the US. I'm not talking about New York City.
Yeah.
But
San Francisco or
But
something.
go to Texas, you get a house for $300K and it's a mansion. You try to
Yeah.
find a condo here for less than $500K, and the guy's just gonna go to the door with a bat and tell you to get out of his property.
And right now it's pretty insane. And it's worth it because like just to go around at the city and everything, you don't need a car. Just need a few skates and you're okay.
Yeah.
It's so icy right now. It's fucking stupid.
Uh,
Or you can just build a fort out of diapers.
so
yeah, you
Like
can
I
see.
have.
tell us about your 2019 experience.
2019, it was just Yellow Brawly wrecking everybody. Like back then,
Sounds like
the Ryan
2019.
channel that time. Back then, channel button was the hype. Channel button, the Bardock Ape defensively. Then it's just crazy that deck it's just crazy that deck has so much similarities to Icarus this year. It's like you just win with pure hand advantage. Like the play style is the same. You just sit down there, draw more cards. You just draw more cards than your opponent and win. It's like when I play Icarus this year, it was so reminiscent of that year back in 2019 that like 2 years later, Dragon Ball we are still playing the same things. Like I mean, sort of the same thing. Yellow decks, like that draws more than your opponents. You swing and you self-awaken. You just get more value and win. Like after 2 years, how you play the game conceptually is the same. Like if your basics of the game, the understanding of the game is good. Like for this year Nets and 2019, you're playing the same thing. The way you win, like how to win is the same. It's just that you're playing against different decks and like considering the best decks still follow the same theory. Draw more cards than your opponent.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy that it is boiled down at the highest level. It's basically how far the game has evolved with counter windows and all this new text, but in the end, it's having more advantage than your opponent being hand advantage or just like more draw power going through your deck and seeing your pieces and just being more consistent is just what wins games. That's why hand control being so strong with Cell Surge and stuff, and then Icarus being so strong the other way where it's just you're accruing advantage for yourself instead of making your opponent at a disadvantage, which it's crazy that all the way from like back to set 1, everything just it's been the same kind of deal where the best decks are just the ones that can have the most value for drawing and everything, and it's just cut down to something so simple at the highest level.
Agreed.
But
Yeah,
what I wanted to ask was for this, I know we're going 2019, 2021, but for 2021, how much Icarus did you play before Duval's list? Did you touch it at all? Was your list very different?
I had something on the week before, so I practically got like one. The tournament was on a Saturday afternoon. I got back home on Friday night. I played for like 5 hours. Then I went to the tournament show on Saturday. That's the only practice I had with it.
So it was just you saw the list, you're like, okay, I like this list. This guy won. I'm taking it.
Yep.
That's awesome.
But I've been playing Golden Frieza for 1 month or 2 months. So I'm quite familiar with the yellow cards in general. So, but the way they play are different. But at least I know the yellow cards, what they do, how good are the unison and stuff. So conceptually, the deck, I know how to play the deck.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the yellow cards are about the same. You know, you get your Slug engine out and stuff.
That slug just has too much value. It's great.
Yep, Slug with Putin is crazy. I mean, Slug is okay because you can clear stuff without barrier, but the Putin together, oh,
Yeah.
you can't clear either.
It's nasty.
Real nasty. Yep. I predict if anyone is bringing Icarus, they'll main board Vegeta striving to be the best, just to counter the mirror for the Worlds.
How many people are going to Worlds? Is it 16, 32?
Eight, just 8. Like the
Just
US
8,
champ,
oh.
the US runner-up, the Asia champ, the Oceania champ, the South American champ, then 3 from Europe, 1 France, 1 Italy, and 1 from the general European nets.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's
So,
interesting. So there's 2 from
US.
the US in
Yep.
Canada, and then 1 from everywhere else. I guess that's because
The biggest
the amount of
turnout.
players in
Yeah.
Yep.
US
And technically you get 3 from Europe, you know, if you count, because there's 1 Italy, 1 French, and 1 jet for the general Europe.
Which
And that's
like
something I don't
look,
understand
yeah,
why
look
Canada
at the
doesn't have its own.
look at the difference in size of Europe. You can drive between those 3 countries way quicker than you can even get to another province in Canada, and then the US and Canada
Yep.
just like, nah, 2 separate. We're gonna have the same one here, but France, and you guys are too far. You guys are gonna have to have different ones, even though it's English. Like this, the English version of the card game. It's not like there's a language barrier there.
Nope. Like
like
in
Canada.
Asia, we normally play in English. Like all of us speaks English, even like you're from different parts of Asia.
But I'm saying you
We're
guys
all
have to
fluent in
play
English.
with the English card text, right?
Yeah,
That's
we
what
only
this.
have English. There's no
Yeah.
like Mandarin cards. There's no like
Okay, that's
other languages. It's just English.
yeah. That's what. Because I know with like Italy and France, like they do have French versions of
They
the
do,
cards, but they
yeah.
have to play the English for this, like Nats, so they can go to Worlds. Everyone's
Oh really?
playing in
They have
English.
to play English. I didn't know.
I'm
that.
pretty sure
I
they
thought for
do.
The French, I
Oh,
thought
yeah,
for the French they can.
they need to play English cards here. I didn't know that.
I
think they
I
can
thought so.
play-
I'm not sure. That's what I was told before, but I could be wrong.
I think if there's 3 European nets. It's like there's the French one, there's the European one, and there's the Italy one. I think in their respective own language, like for France, they can play their French card.
Okay.
Like for Italy, they can play their Italian cards. But if you want to join the general European Championship, they have to play the English ones.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why the people in Europe are complaining, because like if you're French, you can join both the French one and the European one.
Man,
Oh, really? You can
Yeah.
double dip and.
You can
join-
double dip if you're a European, only for Europeans.
Double dip.
Well, I was
Well,
gonna say,
I
you know how many
think,
people would
I
do
think-
that?
No, I think they need a system where if you sign up for 1 Nats, that you can't go and do another one. I don't know why they allow people.
I mean, that's for this nets. I mean, maybe they'll improve over the next year, you know, because it's still, I think it's technically the first one that culminates to the World Championship. That's why. So I'm hoping they improve the system more, but yeah.
No, yeah, that's crazy though. Having the worlds like that's a cool concept that they are doing that, and just getting the best from every region and going smashing
Yeah,
everyone
screw
together.
COVID. I wanted to go to US again.
Wait, so you wanted the Asian Nats not to give you the gold card? You wanted the Asian Nats to take you to the US?
I
Oh,
mean,
he wants both. Yeah,
I
both.
know
Come on.
both.
Yeah.
Now we're double dipping again.
Bring on the double dip.
Yeah, fuck. Honestly, how many people do you think if we had like a Canadian Nats would come from the U.S.? Like they definitely would. They'd be like, okay, there's 100 less people here, 50 less people here. Let's try my luck here. I got slaughtered at U.S. Nats. Let's go over here, and then
Wasn't
get
there
slaughtered
an issue
again.
in the European Nats where there was a non-European player in the finals?
Yeah. I think there was a Latam guy in the semis. I think in the semis, he
No, it was in the
got all the way
finals.
to top 4
No, it was in the
Uh,
finals.
finals. Oh.
Yeah, in the
Then
finals.
he got DQ'd in the finals. Yeah, I saw that.
Yep.
That's fu-
So
they
they
let him
found-
get that far.
Yeah, they let him get that far, and they found out that he was not a European player, and he was DQ'd.
So did they like put runner up against, or they just said,
Nope.
fuck
They
it, this guy
did-
wins?
That was
They
a
put
final
the
match.
guy that. No, they put the guy that he won the semis back to the finals. So they had to replay the finals. I think.
I don't think they replayed the finals. I think what happened because top 16 was already done. All they did was they removed him from the standings, and everybody was moved up by one.
Oh. Maybe I didn't pay much attention to the European ones because I believe that the US are still the best players.
We'll find out at the Worlds.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. From what I see, US generally has the better players in terms of their how to say how they think the way they build decks. They're more practical, they don't like, I want more team, I want more thematic decks. That type. No, they're more practical, like, this card is good, I'll put it in. I don't care whether it fits the team. In European, they maybe like, I want to have my own style, I want to have my own way of playing. So in some sense, it's not as efficient as the US deck that are being made. Yeah, that's how I feel. So I always take my inspiration from the US decks.
And it might be like a sheer volume thing, right? Like, because if you said that, like a more of a numbers game, you said there was 40 at the Asian Nats.
Yep.
And how many were at the US Nats?
About 315.
Right. So it could be like
Yep.
that's a huge difference.
Which they
Like-
did
like-
show style this year with that Android 16, Android 21 making it to top.
Jared Lopez.
Yeah, that's
That
you know
was
what.
very inspirational.
Yeah, you see, that's what a lot of people like love seeing people like that make it to top 16, being like, okay, this guy did it with that deck. Like that's crazy. Like this guy must have dedicated so much time to learning that style. Which watching his playing, yeah, of course, that guy probably put in hours upon hours of testing that deck because he played it like an absolute machine or an android.
Yep.
But were you waiting for that pun? Is that what it is? Yeah. Now the dog's gonna eat one of the diapers. But
Lucas, why are you wearing a headset and talking to a mic?
this one's for you guys. This one's for the people at on the other side of the screen. You already know this.
Okay, cool.
Because every
Just
time I talk,
double-checking.
every time I talk into this one, you guys say I cut out because Discord likes to use the noise gate or whatever with this mic.
Matt, I got a question for you.
Oh, great.
What are they protecting the outside world from? It seems like you're surrounded by diapers.
You never know when trouble's gonna strike, and if you have a triple absorbent piece of paper to block out the evil, you use it.
Block the evil. Pretty insane.
It's just for the record. It's so like my daughter can play, and it's gonna make me sound like a very negligent parent online. So I'm happy that we're not recording this. So if I build her a fort, that I know, right? I build her a fort, and then I can turn a show on for her, but I can also like have a peek at my phone once in a while without her like being like escaping to the cat litter or like the chemicals in the bathroom or something. I will get a better backdrop one day.
Child
I'm also a
Protective
bad parent.
Services. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
I'll give him a call. But
And that sorbent bit.
911? Child services?
I know, right? Bad
Alright.
parent.
I would like to collect a baby, please.
I don't think they would remove the baby. I think they would remove me. My wife's still a very great
Hey,
parent.
there you go. You get a vacation.
Maybe you can go to Nats now.
She, I'm getting kicked out anyway. Like I played Karl in the third round of our upper hand tournament today, and he asked if I got the nude leaders yet. My wife gave me the side eye already.
So did you get him
I
yet?
thought she was all for it. I thought she wanted to get you one.
She did. She wants the one with a male paraphernalia on it.
But
Oh,
yeah. Well, I think Chris told you that when one's gonna be made, he's gonna be made. He's gonna made one for your girlfriend.
Think of the foiling. That's like the part I want to see. My favorite part. Sorry, I know we're talking about like more important things, but there was like a part on the last video, not the last one, but the one before, where we had the metal leaders, and we're talking about the nudie leaders, and where. Oh my god!
who let this guy on the team?
I know, right? This is why I can't be part of Team Talk very often.
It's because he plays baby. This is what happens.
Reset the clock.
Days without nudie leader mentions, 0.
Oh man.
Sorry, but where he showed like the nude cards, and Rosas did an amazing job putting Chris Pratt's face over the nudie leaders. It was a magical moment.
They're off the
No, yeah.
website now, so that's.
I feel that's directly related to me.
He's
I'm
purchased
very sorry.
all of them.
Oh,
But
for real, I didn't know.
yeah, he's checking right now. He's got to make sure. But yeah, Birrar and Poe must be so fucking confused right now. But that's okay. That's what Team Talk's all about.
When Chris is like, people buy the nude leaders because the colors really pop, and I was like, what? That's the reason. No, give me some of these nude leaders. I need to see these colors.
I'm gonna tell you something. That's not the only color. The colors are not the only thing that's gonna pop.
I like the lights. You just see like, oh wow.
When I used to play Force of Will, there was 2 cards. There was one. There's this card called Cheshire Cat, and they had a misprint for it, and it was like this black cat, and like she was wearing like skirts and shorts and all that stuff, right? But there was a pantsless version, so she was basically wearing like a thong, but that was a misprint. So that misprint, I think even now goes for like $200 a copy. But like the normal one goes for like, I don't know, like $10, $20. I don't even know anymore. I just been a long time since I played that. And then there were like was a promo card of like an older card. How they did their promos was just alt arts. They made like this alt art like set where everyone was on the beach just chilling. And one of the cards was like one of the characters, like a female character in like a summer dress, right? Like a swimsuit summer dress type thing. And then they did another misprint and also had the full booty and everything, and I made sure to get like 8 copies of that. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna get 8 copies of Booty Zero, and like I think that goes for like $50 a pop now.
You keep the market on that. You're gonna hold those for 20
yeah.
years, and then.
But
Oh my God, what
when
the hell
you're
is
talking
this?
about cat, you're talking about pussy, right?
We've let Karl talk too much. But I'm glad that Poe gets to experience this. But I'm glad that your shirt, we can see it in full view now. The amazing coming completely thematic here. Yamcha is dead. Absolutely love this shirt. We lost the train of thought. I don't even know. Was there any more questions about any Nats between 2018 and 2021 and or decks being used?
I don't think so. I think we are done. We are quite done here, right?
I think I think Matt took us into a
I'm
dead
sorry.
end
Yeah, that
with
was
this conversation.
Lucas, get us out of here.
Fight night. Fight night.
Fight
There we go. Fight
Night.
night 7. That's
Whoa, 7?
yeah, 7.
Fight night. Which one? I don't remember now.
Number 7. I don't know. I think the only people who've participated in a fight night would be Poe, technically myself, and Jay as a substitute.
I didn't participate. No, I didn't. Never participated.
You guys got to get in on this. Well, the link for the description for the decks, not deck submission, the sign up will be in the description below. If anybody caught my stream earlier, I threw it out in there too, give people first dibs. But we're doing that December 18th. And that is going to start at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I was wondering though, do we actually need to like, unquote, take the decks that we mentioned in the form, or we can just take
No,
some-
so-
No, that's just to gauge
Okay,
to
I
make
was
sure that you
wondering.
have 3 different decks
Yeah.
or ideas that you're going to be playing, and I just don't want you to come into the event with just one deck and be like, hey, I only have one deck to play.
And DQ'd. That's basically.
Playing 3 different versions of the Shadow Dragons.
Yes,
Is
yes.
Where's
that
the-
doable?
Where's the third one?
Yeah, what's it?
What?
You play aggro, you play full mill on, and you can play yellow black.
It's got to be 3 different leaders though, so I don't know. Maybe stuff it into Hatchjack. I don't know.
Do it, you coward.
I cannot do it.
Hatch.
What happened?
Yeah, the last time we saw Hatch, it went to a game 1 tie. Like game 1 was overtime. It was horrible. It
Game
was,
one tie.
yeah, that's how
Should I
long.
rebuild Hatch?
Hatch is great.
No. That's
That should make me
Play
rebuild.
That-
against Sin Shenron, it'll be over quick.
Oh no, never mind. Never mind. That's right. Sin exists. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
yeah.
Nah.
But and you said it's Fight Night, right? FIGHT right?
Fight night spelled correctly.
Yeah,
Number
I think so,
7.
Yeah.
Fight
Uh,
Night number 7. Got
Number 7, maybe it'll be called the Return or something like that. Because it's been a couple months since we've had a fight night with all this Nats and everything going on. We
Oh,
didn't
man,
want to
Fight-
interrupt with any of that.
Fight Night, the second coming.
The second coming,
What is the
7th
7th
coming.
one?
The 7th coming, 7 heaven. I don't know. I gotta think of something
7
stupid for the
emeralds.
video after we get
bout.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
after we
It's
get
not
yeah.
that good though.
To
Yeah, that's
knock
true.
the other guy out.
Very true. But
Take
to
it to
get
the
back
bank.
on topic, anybody that doesn't know what Fight Night is, basically it is an event where we have either 8 to 10 players, and basically people are doing 1v1s, and you only play one person if you are in the event, and once you win your match, you won. That's just how it works. It's like a fight card in UFC or a boxing event. You're only playing against one person. It's not an entire tournament bracket. The matches start at the lowest ranked people, which we do through DBSL, or if people haven't been in any DBSL events, it is through other accolades like obviously the first fight night we didn't have anybody ranked that was outside of Canada because that was all based on the Canada National Championship that DBSL did, but Poe had the National Asian championships under his belt, so we're like, we got to put this guy up in tier 1 spot here in the main event. So anything like that, we try to pair accordingly so we can have fair matches so everyone can enjoy themselves, and of course the audience can enjoy because it's a big spectator moment, right? The winners of that one match will get their prizing, which it is TCG Metal Leader, and the winner just has to pay shipping, which, what are we doing, $10? Is that what, or something along those lines? Don't quote me officially here.
No, so the competitor, whoever wins their fight, will pay for their own shipping. The cards will be free, but they
The
have
shipping.
to cover their shipping.
Yeah, they just got to cover shipping. The metal leaders aren't cheap, so the price of metal going up and stuff. So that's all covered. Just shipping will be the only thing you have to pay. But how the event works is it is a 3v3 format. And when I mean 3v3, I don't mean 3 players. I mean 3 different decks. So instead of side boarding, so 15 card side deck, you're going to have 3 different decks. And once you're done game 1, you can't play that deck anymore. So say I come in with Sin, King Cold, and King Piccolo. Sounds like a snooze fest. But I play King Cold round 1, then I can't play King Cold for the other 2 matches. If you win 2 matches, you're declared the winner. If not, we go into overtime procedures and all that stuff. But yeah, pretty straightforward. It is a little different than anything else played in Dragon Ball. But once you get through one deck, you go on to the next one, and your opponent will also go on to the next one, which it's a blind pick. So your opponents don't know what you're going to go into next. You guys show your leaders at the same time, and you tell the judge beforehand so that you can confirm that both players are showing the correct leader and not cheating the other one out, knowing, oh, that guy's playing a blue leader. You know what? I'm going to go play my hand control one now. But that's pretty much it. And then we have 4 or 5 fights stacking up depending on how many people sign up. We usually do get a lot of sign-ups, so we do have to cut some people, which we put on priority for the next fight nights. And of course, we need people at the same level. So if we find 2 people at the same level, that's where we're going to stack people. And then we usually have 3 or 4 preliminary fights, and then the main event. I know it's been an absolute mouthful, but yeah, it's all happening on December 18th. I don't know if anyone in here
Apparently
signed
the same
up.
day as Worlds.
Yeah, apparently the same day as Worlds, which, Paul, do you actually know the time of Worlds and all that stuff?
Not for the final. I think they will schedule. They put the date at 17 to 18 because they will schedule it according to the time zone of the finalists. So So let's say, I think if it's the European side, they'll maybe do it on the 17th. It's like depending on who they're playing. Because it's actually a 1 day event, but they're just gonna they put a date at 17 and 18 so that they can match the timing for the international players.
Okay, fair
Gotcha.
enough. So
So
hopefully
we
it
should-
doesn't conflict.
We should call Bandai and just like postpone the Worlds.
Yeah, it's true. Ring it up. Hey guys, we got fight night going on. This world thing, I don't know what you guys are doing, but it's fight night 7.
Yes, is this Dr. Bandai?
Yeah, just yeah, C-Rod, I'm gonna need you to postpone Worlds. Yeah, double strike crit, and then end the call.
Man.
But yeah, for anybody that hasn't watched Fight Night before out of you guys, which I think all of you have, maybe not Birrar, but was there any questions so I can address it to the people watching at home? Which I sound like a TV newscaster. To everyone watching at home, thank you for watching. Your patronage is helping PBS kids.
Can I play like the same blue deck with 3 different leaders?
Yes, but I'll hate
You
you.
probably won't get done round 1.
No, yeah, that's true. That's another thing too that I forgot to mention. It's all about the spice. All the best moments in Fight Night have come from the weird teched out decks and not the. We've had a Fight Night EU versus NA where almost all the decks were King Cold and Dark Broly on the NA side, and then the Europeans were flossing it out. Yes, I know, Jay, you had Sin Shenron, but you were a stand-in. The other guy had Dark Broly who didn't show up. But yeah, when we have cool things like Whis, it's still by far the best. One of the best moments in Fight Night was watching a Whis come down and the guy take his extra turn, which was absolutely. I think that was
Ooh,
Almighty
the
Colossus. Yeah, the Beerus.
Players.
Absolutely, that like stuff like that. That's what I love because that's the stuff where I'm screaming on the mic, peeking it, and even in your final matches when I saw that Shenron Kato Pesla deck, I'm like, my God, this guy's going into a main event with this fuck. It was awesome to watch that go off.
I screwed up that game. I should have won then.
Hey, what were you gonna say, Karl?
Yeah, I'm gonna work on my Dr. Muse deck.
That's the shit. If someone sees Dr. Mew, the point is, if you get a win with that deck, the win counts so much more. Like, even if you lose the rest of it, you winning with Dr. Mew alone, it's just like, okay, go to sleep. Like,
Wait, what if you just make 3 Doctor decks? Oh wait,
you
I'll
gotta
just
have
make
different leaders. But yeah, Dr.
Mew, what's his name?
Dr. Wheelo?
Wheelo?
And
Dr.
Jiro.
Milo,
Oh,
Dr. Giro, yeah. He
has a Giro leader. There's a Giro leader.
He's Giro in the
Hey.
front or the back?
Front.
Okay.
It's L3 actually. It's Giro in front, and then Giro is 17, 18 on the back.
Okay,
It's
there you
L3.
go. Hey, that's an idea for fight. I know. What was it? There was one guy who did 3 Vegetas. There was
We need a Dr. Rota's deck.
yes. Secret power of Universe 6. Drawing a card.
So what you're telling me is I can play that Vegeta only deck that I made like 6 months ago.
Yes.
You can
With
play
only
whatever you
Vegeta
want.
cards.
You're not restricted.
As long as
to
it's not a
playing only
banned
fun
cards
decks.
in the deck.
You could play a snooze fest.
We had someone play set 1 green Goku. The one that's double strike on the back. And that's Pac-Man commemorative photoed him, which is also an amazing moment that happened on stream that got like quite a
That was awesome.
quite a bit of
I would
attention.
Just want to say that Android 18 mil is banned.
Yes.
I hate that deck. No, for real.
Just ban the whole deck and the.
Shout out to Frank. No, man, I love that deck. That's great.
if you get the Asian players in finite, I guarantee it will be pure spice. Because
Hey.
that's what we love to play.
Hey, tell them to sign up. We got the link
Yep,
in the below. We'll take literally anybody that's willing to play and
I
show.
posted in my group chat. 2 guys already
Awesome.
like, oh, I want to play. Then telling me to
Awesome.
like go through the back door and get them in, but no.
Just go through the back door for an invite.
Bo, which 3 leaders did you use for your fight night for the folks that haven't seen it?
He's been in so many
He's
fight
been,
nights.
he's
Which
been
one?
in,
The first one.
First one I was playing meta. I think I went like Mecha Frieza, Vegex, and Mecha Frieza. I was remember King Piccolo, Vegex, and something else.
yeah, I don't remember you ever playing Mecha. And I think first fight night was before the reprint too.
I don't know. My opponent was the Mecha. I just remember.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I won that game that I was supposed to lose so badly. I was like, oh, I'm so screwed. Then like I was about to screw, but then I won it miraculously. Don't know how.
Oh yeah, I think that was the one against Nick. It was last moment he stopped.
Yep.
He stepped
Oh
in.
yeah.
Yeah, that was really good. That was the one where you guys were like in overtime round 2, and everyone in the chat's like, no, let him finish, and then that's where we did the ruling. If you are in the main event, there is no time limit. We just want to see a winner. That's
So
Wasn't that like a victory
PSL,
strike one? Wasn't that a
Night
Invoker?
1, Fight Night 1, Ho and Pro had submitted 3 decks. Vegeta Xeno, Trunks Xeno, Vegex, right? That was deck number
Mhm.
1. Deck number 2 was Invoker.
Yeah, it was Invoker.
There we go.
Yeah.
And deck number 3 was King Piccolo. I'm glad I have the record of every Fight Night.
good. Keep him.
I remember that because Nick was using the that broken seal Meki Kabura to like you can pay 2 and you can't you can cast out like you
Yeah.
can't play this card
Yeah.
anymore. And he played it, and I think he called it like a Vegeta card instead of like the victory strike.
And then you brought the
like,
victory step.
No, that was turn 3, so it was fine. I think it was turn 3. He was preventing me from playing out the guy with the invoker, you know, the invoker barrier deflect guy.
Yes.
Vegeta, yeah.
The Vegeta 3 drop.
Yeah.
But his turn 5 he was struggling because he was either calling out my rival seeker or my SCR, so it was like dead on both sides. I had both in hands.
Yeah, you did have a huge
Yeah,
hand. I
I
remember
don't
that.
have Nick's decks because
was
he was
last
the last
minute,
minute
yeah.
fill in for Miltu, please.
It was I remember he had Soul Striker. I think it was Soul Striker Janimba was
I
one
think
of them.
game 1 was Cell Search if I don't remember wrong.
Yeah, Cell Surge,
so.
Soul Striker Janimba, I think was the against
Yeah,
Invoker.
Cell Striker Janemba was his second deck versus my invoker.
And
Last deck was Mecha Frieza.
Mecha Frieza, yeah,
Mecha
because he had
Frieza,
the metal
right.
leader. He had the metal leader for Mecha Frieza. Because I remember being like,
Yep.
"Oh, Frieza's cut in half. That's cool."
That's so cool.
That was my first fight night. So I was a bit too serious back then.
Well, yeah, I think it was the
Okay.
second one when you were against Tom, the King of Marbles from the European side. The wizard.
of Marbles.
Wizard. Now he's the Wizard of
Yep.
Marbles. But yeah, that was the Shenron Kato Pesla. I think he running. No, I don't know if he was running his Shenron deck yet, because I know he had the Gohan Shenron for one of the fight nights. That was another deck where I'm just like, you're never gonna win with this, but I'm glad you brought it.
Yep.
So
I mean,
O was running Shenron.
Mhm.
He was running Sin Shenron,
There's
And
your
then he was
Shenron
running-
decks.
King Piccolo.
Okay.
yep. Back then I was crazy about King Piccolo, but
I'm glad he touched Sin Shenron.
There you go.
Sin's
Yep.
gotta go. Pull up your metal leader there, Jay.
Oh, you finally got the Sin one, eh?
Yeah, I got it at the same time I got you.
Yeah.
Do it, you coward.
I need to go get my second place one.
Coward.
First.
There's no coward here.
Oh man, I
That
can't
card's
wait.
gotta go.
I
I'll
can't
go
wait.
get
to-
my second place since Shenron Metal for my friend. Cause the second
Yes.
place is my friend. I'll just take it.
No.
Is he selling his? Is he selling his second place in Shenron card?
yeah, we are selling to the same guy, so we are gonna ship together
Oh.
like the next
What-
few
what's-
days.
what's he
Jay's like,
selling
am
us?
I the same guy?
Who do I have to buy a house for to get that card?
Yeah.
I mean, you can buy a house for me, then I'll sell you both.
There you go, CJ. It's a great deal.
Dang.
Matt will even throw in a couple of huggies.
Like those cars are almost one of a kind. Like everybody has houses here.
Yeah.
It's true. Houses aren't unique. Sorry.
House-
that's-
houses are-
Build a house
Yeah.
for free. What do you mean?
mm,
Yeah, you are right. There's less of the metal cards than there is a house.
True.
There you go.
That's how worth it works.
For real, I can't wait to see my Mexica Birrar leader.
It's in the mail.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I got
Well-
18 mil coming.
Third thing to
Mm.
talk about, TCG Metals Tournament that just happened on Saturday, if I'm correct.
That was something.
You
There
are
was
correct.
About, I think 50 competitors in this event.
It was like 45 or something, but yeah.
45, 50.
41. The matchups round one was 20 pairings, 1 buy, so there would have been 41 people who showed.
So who
was a good turnout.
participated in it, and what did you think?
So it was for me.
This is for anybody who participated in it.
Oh,
I definitely didn't.
I did.
I think it was actually really well done. I really enjoyed the rules, the format, everything. I think 30-minute rounds with 10 minutes OT is perfect for best of one. And that ruling that they had to, like, if past 10 minutes you just count the life instead, like whoever had the most life wins. I think that was really good. Although I think one of the rounds, I think round 2 or round 3, took too long. I think they bent the rules a little bit and let them just play it out all the way, because it was like waiting almost an hour, I think. But honestly, it was fantastic format in all honesty. All the players I faced personally, they were all very nice people. It was just I saw a lot of variety, and like even the top cut was kind of interesting. Like the top 3 decks, it's all like really cool stuff.
That reminds me, just the top
Mhm.
3. Congratulations to Big O Notation from Team Deck Planet EU for taking second, and then third was our own Team Berserk member Frank, Asian Nurse.
Rocking
Yeah.
18
18
mil.
Yeah, he was
18
playing
mil.
18 mil.
And then
18 mil.
he comes into my chat today and saying he got slaughtered tonight. So he
Like
used
bridge
all
or
his juice, all his consistent hands in TCG Metals Tournament. And Karl, I saw that face. I'm keeping my statement. I don't give a fuck.
Well, for real, I'm gonna stop there.
The
Good.
TCG medal was nice because it was 5 rounds. So like in terms of
Yeah.
like versus like the 8 for like a regular regionals. So just in terms of like, I don't know, not pure exhaustion, but like sometimes after 8 hours of play, you're just wiped. 5 rounds I thought was like absolutely perfect.
Don't send Matt to Nats, guys.
I
He'll be
know.
like, what the heck? 12 hours in and we're only done 6 rounds?
But no diapers that there, so like I'd be right as rain.
No huggies, eh?
No hug.
Man, I liked it a lot. It was so much fun. My matchups were like pretty cool too. Like my round 1, I was playing 16 because I like playing 16, and like I faced this Cell Surge player. I felt bad for the poor guy because his turn 2, like literally before it was his turn 2, I got him to 2 life. I just swung at him so much, he literally had 2 life at the start of his turn 2, and he's like, well, I don't even know what to do at this point, right? And it just beat him, right? And then game 2, I faced something super interesting, which was starter deck Android 21. And it's very similar to like 16 because it's blue green as well. But the way the deck worked was so cool and interesting because he had like engines that like let you grab like the Android 18 super combo from grave, put it in the energy, then had another card that would grab it at the end of turn. So he always was able to make me go minus in hand every turn by recycling the super combo. It was so cool. I'm like, wait, I gotta do this, but I want to see if I can do this at 16 because this is just this is crazy.
The speedy surprise attack, right? The one
Yeah,
drop
The
Android
speedy substitution. Yeah.
substitution. Yeah, bring it back, and you got to play back a multicolor, right?
Yeah.
So
It's-
that deck is running heavy on probably 1K combos.
Yeah, exactly.
Or,
Just
sorry,
like
1
16.
cost 10K. Yeah, 16. 16 does get the free one from the drop, and
Gets
yeah,
the
I
free
think
one, yeah.
yeah, I think that one you put an energy from the drop once per turn. Once you sack an energy, and you can't have anything 6 or higher or 5 or higher on the deck.
So it was interesting how the guy played it, right? On the front side, it doesn't say you can't play battle card 6 or more. So when I faced him, we did like 2 games just because I beat him the first game, then second we just played for fun. The second when I played him, he ramped just like how I ramped, right? So like I let him. I think he went second. He went first and he ramped, right? He had his 3 energy. I went to swing. He played Baby Hatch on the front side of his leader, and then he awakened the leader. So he still could have Baby Hatch on the board because it didn't matter. It's only you can't play 6 or more. So he played Baby Hatch early, which was really cool. And
I didn't know
it
that.
was just it was super interesting. And basically, he would just sack his energy. The leader auto would go off. He'd untap one, draw one, and put an energy from grave back into things. So he'd just take his super combos from his grave, put it back in, then speed of substitution would just grab it. And it was like, wait, this is like some bombastic stuff here. Like this is really cool. So that was really interesting. And then game 3, I played on the stream, and like I was facing Gotenks, and that was just like I won in like 10 minutes. It was like crazy. I felt bad for the guy though, but I like I think he just had a really bad mulligan. Like he mulliganed and he just didn't draw good cards because I went first already, and then turn 1 he doesn't play Gokyo. He didn't play anything basically turn 1, and I'm like, okay. I ramp, whatever, right? I do my swings, whatever, on my turn 2. His turn 2, he plays the Unison, and then he forces his Awaken early, right? And I'm like, okay. But by this time, by the way, by his turn 2, he charged 2 Earth Destroying Kamehamehas, and it's like, hold on a second. You just charged 2 Earth Destroying Kamehamehas. What is in your hand that, like, this super good card you would be charging, you know? It's like, okay, whatever, right? And then he, like, I don't know, he, like, swung, whatever, and then he passed to me. He dormanted on my turn, and I'm like, whatever, I don't really care, right? And then, on my turn 3, when he did all that, I also played my Boo Unison, had all that set up, good to go. I had my Zamasu active, the super rare one. And then on his turn 3, he plays the Gotenks dual attacker, right? He drew off the autos, all that stuff. And he got my my Majin Buu Unison to 1 marker. He never swung with his battle cards because he didn't want me to bottom deck his Gotenks, and then he just passed. And I'm like, wait, why didn't he tapped out entirely. He was playing mono green. He tapped out entirely, and he didn't swing with the battle card. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm like, you know what? I want to kill this guy. So I'm like, let me test the waters. I swung with Zamasu onto his Unison just to see if he had Dormant in hand. He didn't have Dormant. I'm like, okay, perfect, right? I swung his Unison. I killed his Unison on the last swing. I did the activate battle, and I played the SS4 Vegeta Secret Rare onto the board, and when it's played on my turn, it's a triple attack double strike crit, right? The guy had 6 life exactly. I swung 40 double crit. He took it. He crit 2 life, right? I swung in 40 double crit. He crit 2 life. He has 2 life left. I swing 40 double crit. I combo to 45. He had a super combo in it. He couldn't beat it. He literally went from 6 to 0, just like that. It just felt so bad for the guy.
Hey,
But
reprint.
like,
With a smile.
Yikes.
yeah, that was fun. And then like game 4, I faced Big O, and he just destroyed me. Honestly, he knew the matchup super well. He played like a beast. Like he knew he was playing Jiren into my 16. He won the dice roll, and he just played like a demon in my opinion. Like, he's really good, really good player. And just I got dominated. Like there's no other way to say it.
We could thank the Wizard of Marbles for that.
The Wizard of Marvels.
Yeah.
You sacrificed his playing power into Big O. Is that what this is? The biggest sensation, or the newest sensation? Big O notation.
The Wizard of Marbles plays that deck so much that
the Android 16. Yeah.
is used to that matchup, so he was well versed on what was gonna happen.
Yeah. He played it super well. Like I found, like after facing, like holy moly, that Yamcha counterplay is so good into 16. Like half my arrivals just die on sight. It's super good against 16. Like really good. I was like, oh wow, this is just mind blowing. Like okay, now I understand. So that was fantastic. Honestly, like I didn't mind losing. It was great. It was a great match overall.
What spot did you end up on?
I ended up going 12th because I lost round 5. My opponent was playing Red Green Launch, and I forgot his name, and I feel so bad forgetting his name because he's like he also is a YouTuber for like the card game, and I feel bad that I forgot his name. So if you see this, sorry, bud. But he was playing Red Green Launch. It was a super close match, and then his last turn, he played it super well. Played the Kai SCR, wiped out my Unison, and all this other stuff. I basically had nothing for defense at that point, and yeah, he just won the game. But like, it was super close. Like the last swing he did was, I was at 4 life. He did the burn Piccolo with the acrobatic, and I did a good job trying to remove. He played one early, I killed one. He played a second one. He burnt me down to the 2 life. I couldn't negate, and he just dumped his hand and did the double strike for lethal, and that was it. Because I had no more defense because he did the Kai. So he played it really well, honestly.
Shout out to Kai. That's another deck that we're here, and Kai's making a resurgence.
It's just too good, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I ended up 12th.
How'd you do, Matt?
Not as well. I'll run through mine like relatively quickly. So I think out of the 41, I think I was like 20th or something, like in that neighborhood.
Top cut, top half.
Yeah, exactly. Top 50%. I'll take it. That's not bad. I went 3-2. My matchups were the Rainbow Bardock, the Prismatic, for the first match, and I was using Gogeta Xeno for mine, and he was like a really, really cool dude. He was actually playing at TCG Metal. Chris, he was actually playing at his place. So he was in Hawaii, and we had like a really good conversation. He said he was like relatively new to playing. For someone that was new, he played it really, really well. He definitely knew the matchup, and I just got relatively lucky with like I was playing the Kai secret rare as well, and running into just wipe the board. Plus, just aggroed him down just too hard. I ran into green Go Tanks twice, once with a win, once with a loss. I really feel I need to run into the secret rare for that one to wipe the Unison off the face of the planet. And one time I did, and one time I didn't. Another match was oddly enough, I don't see this one too often. It was the yellow. My final match was the yellow Go Tanks from like set 10.
The extra card one, I think set 11 it might be.
Is it? Okay. It was just like it was a blue, yellow, the same engine, like Poe had said, like you kind of use the same stuff for yellow, then toss in some sensu beans. But the really cool play he did on me, he ended up beating me in round 5. Was the oh my god, it's like from the new set. It's like a Vegeta and a Kaba. They're like looking off into the distance. It's like an arrival card.
No attack Vegeta Kaba.
That's right.
4 or less in rest mode.
That's right. So I felt I was cooked. He had I had like basically one swing left, and he didn't have a ton of cards in hand left. And I had enough, and so I swing with. It was one of the little shit kids, like the 1-drop, fighting against Fate, or not fighting against Fate, True Fighting Spirits. So I take the life, so I can boost, and I empty my hand, and then he arrivaled in the Cab of Vegeta to bottom deck the attacking card because it has to be in rest mode. And I was like, oh man, that was such a good lesson, like for me, like to kind of keep an eye out for someone doing that. That's just something I didn't expect. That's my fault for not knowing the
matchup.
Well, not even just the matchup, but
card,
like that card from like
yellow,
this from that particular set. So yeah, it was really cool. But as Birrar said, like all my matchups were like, oh, and King Cold was another one I played, which I got the matchup. But he was like really cool. If that guy, he was from like Virginia, I believe, and he and I had like a really great conversation after the fact. Everyone, there was no like really sour bitterness during like all the matches. Everyone was just really super cool and mellow, and kind of just were like happy to even review like how the match went instead of like being like, I've played people in regionals where it's like GG and it goes off like immediately. This one, like everyone was a lot more just open to discussing and reviewing how the match went, what they could have done better, what did I have, what was I thinking when I did this. It was a really cool group of people to come and get together to play. So again, I won't go into as much detail, but those were my matchups, and I hope they keep doing it. And it sounds like they will, just based on like the chatter in the Discord.
Fantastic.
That's definitely good to hear. But I'm gonna say, Matt, watch out! I'm coming for you.
Oh man, whoa, me?
Yeah, I'll take that 20th rank and give them the 21st.
All you need is blue yellow Cab of Vegeta, and like a sucker like me. He just waited. He just watched me.
He's just licking his lips. You can't see it on. He's like, yes, do it, you fucking idiot! Come on.
You fucking idiot.
That's
heavy.
Hey, that's just like the heroine's lineage thing. I think all of us have been heroine's lineage one time or another, dumping your whole hand and realizing, oh yeah, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, or
now we
brainwash no more.
Yeah, now you just gotta have another card where you're just like, what is it, 4 or less? You were saying?
Yeah.
Hey, you're swinging 4 or less. Hey, that's a thing.
No, I'm sure it'll happen to me over and over again for the next 6 months.
It'll drill it
What's
into your
haze?
brain.
You know, I've used haze for so long, and people keep saying, "Hey, I forgot about
Haze.
haze."
That's
And
literally
even at Nats, someone dumped their hand, and they're like, "Wait a second, I forget you have haze."
Ace is so good.
That's
Like,
another
it's
thing
strong.
too. Yeah, with Nats, like especially anything where there's so much pressure there, you're just thinking, like you were trying to think so far ahead that you forget the simplest things of certain decks. Which sure, Sin has been popular in the past and stuff, but it's not a deck that you see all the time. And it's just like, oh yeah, that card is stupid insane against against my deck. I'm playing cards earlier, high cost. That was like me today, Super 17 against Sin Shenron. I'm like, well, I seen you take haste to your hand. I can't attack with literally anything. You've stopped my leader from being able to swing, so if I swing at my 8-drop, it's gone. So pass turn. Like,
Jay, you should throw that metal leader into the woods. Return it from whence it came.
also
Why?
throw Matt's naked ones in there too.
But GPS me the location so I can go to the woods.
Sprinting through. Where's the
Oh, they're
titties?
How did we come back to this conversation?
And I'm like,
It's
oh man,
Matt.
like, look at the colors, they pop.
Go through the bush.
Well, I know we're hitting the hour mark here. Was there any final thoughts on TCG Metals Fight Night or any more questions for Poe before we wrap up here?
I'm good.
We do
Tip-top.
have to make a big announcement for Team Berserk very shortly. Probably in the coming week, we'll put something out. So stay tuned.
Yeah, hey, maybe Team
Yeah.
Talk 22 or whatever the hell's next, right, guys?
Can't
Yep.
wait to the 69 one.
Yeah, that's just so. Carl, I'll head over to Carl's place and we'll come on screen 69ing for that one
Wow.
if we ever make it
Yeah.
that far.
You still gonna make an hour-long video for that?
Man, that would be insane.
I'll
Like,
have to
for
hold my
real,
breath for a while.
Imagine at one point we do a team talk, but we're in real life.
Oh my
see,
That
god.
would be insane.
That would
I'd be down.
nuts.
Where are we meeting? Kingston?
Yeah, we'll meet
I
outside the
would.
prison that got closed. We'll do it in Paul Bernardo's cell.
Pro-An, thank you for
Coming
coming
at you
on.
live.
It was great having
Yeah, it
you
was
on.
the best. Thank
No
you. And
problem.
Was there any
Congrats
final thing
and,
you wanted to
good
say,
luck.
Poe?
Thank you. Great to be here. Great to be here.
Hey, we're glad to have
I don't
you.
have $40,000 for you, but thank you very much.
No problem.
Congratulations on the 3-peat. That's amazing.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, and good luck for the Worlds.
I hope to do well.
We'll be cheering for you.
We will definitely be cheering for you.
Yeah.
Yep.
So take it
So-
home. Take it home for Asia and take it home for Team Berserk too.
That would be insane.
Thank you very much.
So, are we done now?
Well, you got to say something, Karl. I don't know. We got to something funny to end the video so Jay leaves, and that's usually how these go.
Hold up. I have nothing right now.
Do a 360 dunk on that little basketball net.
That's
This
true.
one?
Is that your spine creaking or was that the chair?
No, that was the chair.
Okay, just asking.
No,
We don't
for
have to do anything funny. That's all good.
I have nothing for real right now. I'm kind of
Something
tired.
funny? Green Vegeta leader. Left side.
Oh, no,
Perfect.
that's depressing.
That's same thing. There we go. Bada bing. See you guys next week.
See you.
Lucas, hold up for a second.
Am I still
No,
recording?
No, you can end the recording.
Look what you did. Now everyone's going to be confused at the end of the video.